This'll be a challenge. Don't lose focus.
We can do it, no doubt about it.
Yes, sir! I put my head down and pulled us.
We already beat them once, but no victory is certain. Oh,
Hate this.
huh. This'll be a challenge. Don't lose focus.
I'll do what I can.
We can do this. Unstoppable with you around, Senna.
I'm the girl with the gall.
We already beat them once, but no victory is certain.
I don't like our chances.
Retreat
Unstoppable with you around, Senna.
I'm the girl with the gall.
Keep your heads or lose them.
I'll do what I can. Retreat Oreo! Oreo! Hold you back. You want some more? Empty shell. Are you okay with the heal? I'm inspired.
snuffer on our case.
Glittering Malady!
There's spark in me yet.
You're pushing
I'm
yourself.
sorry. I'll go easy on you. Oriole.
Alright, let's hit it.
Thanks.
Empty shell.
Here and now.
So I want to quickly go over the builds in this video because I feel like it would kind of defeat the joke of the video if I were to explain it in the description. So first let's address the elephant in the room. There's literally no reason to ever run this many Signifers. After you have like probably 2 or 3, you're pretty much going to have every buff active at the same time anyways. So there's really no reason to run 5. I'm just kind of running 5 because that's the joke of the video. So let's go over the actual build itself that I'm running. For arts, I'm running Resonant Flag, Oriole, and Heal Harmony with advanced cooldown, cross impact, and Shadow Eye. Shadow Eye and cross impact are just to get attack up and power charge really easily to pass over to the entire party. Oriole is kind of the standard signet for art, and Resonant Flag is to pass the buffs around. Heal Harmony and advanced cooldown are just to have field effects to help build their talent quickly. And Glittering Melody is just to maintain the pause the buff timer on everyone for the invincibility builds so that I can just stay invincible forever. For skills, I'm running Capable Hands to make them start with talent so that it's easy to get Glittering Melody off early. Dance of Barrages to help them keep the art, and Protector's Pride for faster cooldown. Not really a whole lot to say out here, it's just to get fast cooldowns and spam arts. For accessories, I'm running the Knock-On Strap for the same reason why I'm running the skill that does the same thing. Fraternal Badge is for the same reason why I'm running Protector's Pride. And Brute Memory is just simply because against these strong super bosses, it's pretty likely that your characters are going to get smacked really hard by an AoE at the start of the battle. So it can be really nice to just have them survive until buffs start getting passed around. For gems, I'm running Swelling Blessing and Refined Blessing because these are just buff bots, and life-saving expertise to help revive people should anyone ever die. Overall, this is a pretty bog standard build, and where is the button for this? Here we go. Here's the full description for anyone who prefers to see it this way. My Miyabi build is kind of not that special. I haven't really done a whole lot of customization with it. Empty Shell is just simply for a field effect to have. Also, fast recharge is nice, but it's not really important to any of the builds that I am running. Snowdrift is just a filler art, and Shadow Parade is just simply to give herself faster cooldowns. She's mostly just here to be another Glittering Melody bot, just because the AI is not the best at spamming this, just to keep your buffs going forever. So having one more character with it doesn't hurt if you're not going to be player controlling one of them. For the accessories, I'm not really doing anything special here. I just put on Fraternal Badge for faster cooldowns. The other two are just kind of whatever. Just leftovers from me doing other things, basically. And finally, let's talk about Noah's builds that I use. First, let's talk about the Seraph build. For arts, I'm running Inferno Dance, Flame Lord, and Leveling Fire, Cross Impact, Quick Draw, and Hidden Thorn, with Unlimited Sword for the talent art. Most of the arts here don't really matter too much. Flame Lord and Quick Draw being fusioned together is basically just to help me spam bonus effects so that I can build up talent quickly again. And all the other arts are just good DPS arts so that I can still keep up a decent amount of damage while I am not in the Lucky 7 mode. For skills, I'm running Capable Hands so I can start battles with talent art. Ultimate Qigong, just simply because lowering 50% physical defense is really good. And Protector's Pride for art spam. For accessories, they don't really matter too much. I'm just running this Eternity Rings, Fraternal Badge, and Lunae Rings. Another option for this could be Platinum Booch if you're having trouble hitting, just simply because accuracy is good. But overall, these don't really matter too much. Fraternal Badge is the only thing here that really matters. The other two are just to kind of help pump damage a bit. And for gems, I'm running Analyze Weakness because critical damage is good, and Powered Combo because doing more damage when canceling is good, and Perilous Presence, which is not a particularly good gem, but the idea of this is basically just that if Noah starts the battle with aggro, then he's more likely to take a hit at the beginning and be put into Awakening, which also lets me pass that around to the whole party. And also just to kind of quickly talk about how the invincibility thing works, in case people have not seen that yet. Basically, whenever you enter the Ouroboros form, you pass all your buffs to the other person in the Ouroboros pairing. From here, I can just pass all the buffs around with Mio, specifically invincibility, using Resonant Flag, and then Glittering Melody will help it last forever. Next, for the Full Metal Jaguar build, I'm kind of just running the infinite cooldown build here. So for arts, I'm running Quick Draw, Demolition, and Fatal Barrage. And then for fusions, Jackal Claw, Aerial Slash, and Ring of Roses, with Violent Streak for the talent art. I don't actually know what gives you more invincibility frames between this and Gemini Strike, but Violent Streak always lasted long enough whenever I was playing with this build, so I just stuck with it because I can. So to kind of go over the arts real quick, Quick Draw and Ring of Roses. I'm basically running an evasion art in each slot so that whenever I do fusions, I will always have evasion. Ring of Roses giving faster cooldowns is always nice, especially since you can stack 3 of them just right on top of yourself, which will really help with the speed in case you don't get too lucky with your crits. Demolition and Fatal Barrage are basically chosen because they're decently high hit count and that they just that they're decently high hit count and have reasonable cooldowns with decently long animations, which is what I want. And Aerial Slash and Jackal Claw are just the 2 arts that you can inherit that give high crit rate and evade. Wide Slash is not used because it lowers crit rate, which is not good whenever you want critical recharge. Because I was just talking about critical recharge, let's go ahead and look at the skills that I'm running. First of all, I'm running Protector's Pride for faster cooldowns, which should be standard at this point. Eye for weak points to boost my critical rate. You build this up really quickly, especially because of having such high hit count arts with your just the arts on this class. And finally is Frenzy Combo. This also synergizes well with the high hit count nature of these arts because on critical hit, arts are recharged by 30%, and this can proc multiple times for each individual art. So if you watch some of the clips, I am actually, like for example, when you use is it Fatal Barrage? I'm bad with art names. Yeah, Fatal Barrage. I will pretty much always get the art completely off cooldown once the build gets going. For accessories, I'm running the Thermal Headgear, which gives me increased critical hit rate. Not really a lot to talk about there. I have critical recharge, and Full Metal Jaguar has a bad base crit rate. Chaotic Memory is to make sure that all my arts are hitting and are not being blocked whenever I am canceling, which if you've seen the video, you know that I'm pretty much always canceling with this class. And this basically fixes the problem of if you miss an art, your damage buff gets reset from the class. And also, it makes sure that I'm always hitting so that I always have the chance to get the critical hit for the recharge. And finally, for Tonal Badge, like all the other characters, I'm not having a defender in this party, so having faster cooldown is always welcome. For gems, Steel Cleaver isn't particularly good, but I just simply don't really have anything else to run because Noah's always going to be aggro anyway, so I don't need any tanking gems. I'm going to be dodging, so even things like Steel Protection, Ultimate Counter don't really have any use. And just simply none of the other gems are really all that useful. Steady Striker could be useful for like helping get fights started because you have a slightly faster auto attack interval, but I don't even know if it affects the first auto attack of battle, so jury's out on that one. Analyze Weakness and Empowered Combo are just simply to further boost my damage. They're pretty big multipliers, so they're good to have, and I'm pretty sure they're both independent multipliers. I'm not actually sure about Empowered Combo, but I've heard people say that it is. And to kind of explain why I use Full Metal Jaguar sometimes instead of just doing invincibility with the Seraph class, is that I'm bad with enemy names, but the Arden has a breath attack that he gets according to Enel at level 110, and I will just trust him on that. It only starts after you've leveled a few times though, I'm pretty sure, and it will remove all buffs on the characters that it hits. This makes the invincibility strat a lot less feasible for whenever you're pushing that to higher levels, and he starts to kind of beef himself up. So Full Metal Jaguar to just force evasion worked better in my experience. The other reason is that for the Bird Super Boss, eventually he gets an attack where he will grab you. And because I personally fight him over the land, he would just simply drop me off the cliff if I was using the invincibility strat. So once again, the evasion strat just simply worked a little bit better for that case as well. Overall, I would say the invincibility strat is more consistent. If you're doing player controlled, you really only need one Signifer, as long as you're player controlling it, to keep Glittering Melody up permanently, which means that then you can just simply run 5 attackers and do a ton of damage. That's about all for this video though, so I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope that this little build discussion here at the end was helpful for anyone that wants to do this stuff themselves. And I will see you in, actually, one more comment before that. I definitely didn't forget to record this. I'm not adding this in, poorly edited in. I definitely remember to show all these builds while I was originally recording this. I don't know what you're talking about. And those are the 3 builds in case anyone prefers this view for this as well. Is that, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer. Most of the people that follow me already kind of are decent at this game anyway, so I'm not expecting too much, but I'm always happy to help clarify things. Now with that out of the way, I will see you guys in the next one.